isn't it?
It is a crisis. Injuries are going up. The demands of the players are higher. I mean, look, you could be a player. Think about baseball. You could pitch 88 miles an hour. And how many guys can throw 88 right now and play in the major leagues? It's not many.
One.
It, it's
Yeah.
not many at all. And we probably have worked with those guys. Now, if we think about on the tennis side, if you don't serve 120 on your second serve and you're a male player, you probably don't have a spot on the top 100. So the expectations for players on velocity and speed are akin to baseball.
Yeah.
We know from what we went through with baseball over the last decade that it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic of upper extremity injuries, and we are starting to see that in tennis. But we don't have the infrastructure, and it was the appeal of working with the PTPA. We don't have the infrastructure to say, hey, should we be playing this many tournaments? Should we be offering almost a break for players to transition from hard courts to clay? Clay to grass, we know, is one of the worst time points of the year. And then you go from grass to hard court,
Yeah.
and you're doing this while traveling, and you're doing this with different surface, different balls, different equipment. That's really not fair. And I don't think there's a single sport in the world that would do that, understanding that you should expect that injuries are going to go up then, and that you have to offer your players a reprieve.
Yeah, and it is interesting too, having been around players like this isn't just like I was joking with my wife, she's an optometrist, right? So like the second somebody turns on like a fan, it's like my eyes are dry. I'm like, you're hyper vigilant to this stuff. Like this isn't just like tennis players being very like hard to please. Like they're actually showing up to tournaments and saying this court is dramatically different, right? The
Yeah.
balls are heavier, the courts are slower, the game has is not it's playing slower and heavier, if that's a way to put it. So
Yeah. And in every other sport, we're collecting data. We've got wearables, we've got other things that allow us to collect that information. And in tennis, again, you don't even know where to watch the matches if they're not the slams. You can go to the tennis channel, and that's really about it. So to be able to follow your player as a fan is tough. To be able to understand what your players are going through is hard because it's hard to relate to.
yeah,
You don't know the struggles, and when you hear it, you hear someone complaining, and that's not what they're doing. They're telling you this
yeah.
is really, really difficult. Can I get help? So what I wanted to do is really focus on the data side. What is the data? And then when you find out that the severity of injuries is going up, you're not seeing grade one UCLs, you're not seeing grade one flexor strains, you're seeing grade three now. You're seeing worse injuries. And again, we know this from baseball. When you start seeing that, you need to intervene, you need to act, and you need to do something to protect the game, to protect the players. And this is the part that I've really admired and loved about you, Eric, over the last few years is that you are willing to put together thought leaders. Like your conferences are amazing, that you bring together really good people who are like, hey, what should we do? And you ask questions. That's what I want for tennis. I want thought leaders in a room to say, look, we want to do good. We want to do right. Let's get the players. Let's get the staffers. Let's get all the people. Let's get us in a room and talk through this.
You're seeing Tommy John surgeries in tennis players. You're seeing UCL reconstructions in
Yep.
the population now. So, I mean, are we saying that tennis is really just like 13 or 14 years behind baseball in terms of what's happening with arm injuries, or are they just ahead in different ways?
Well, I think about now the manifestation. I'm seeing those UCL injuries now in tennis, and I've had multiple players who've had UCL reconstructions this year. On the flip side, now what we see in baseball are a ton of oblique injuries
Yeah.
and a ton of back injuries because you're chasing the velocity.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing that in the top tennis players
Mhm.
because you have to have a response to it. That's the problem, right? So now one begets another. So let's start to then pull out, hey, what is this ball data? What can we standardize the ball manufacturers? Can we say that, hey, is there something where we standardize the medical care, the recovery tools that the players have across the board?
Yeah.
These are the questions that we should be asking because we're already, I mean, I hope we're not 13 to 14 years behind baseball because it's going to be a brutal 2 decades for tennis.
Yeah.
And we're going to miss out on some awesome players because this can be the next US heyday. Ben Shelton and Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul and Francis Diop, they're really good players. They deserve to have the chance that Agassi and Sampras had. But if we don't do something now, we're going to lose that opportunity.